So before I go to bed, I'm going to. Hey, this is Wow. Hi, Wow. Say hi. Okay, you don't want. Okay, so anyway, before I go to bed, there's a little something I want to address. So, it's so cute. When QAnon first arose, I thought, wow, this is crazy. I think it was around 2017, 2018. I thought surely these people would not get elected to Congress. And then last year, I learned that at minimum one person was running for Congress that was QAnon. I thought, let me guess, Mississippi, Alabama? Close. Do not step on my keyboard. This cat loves to sit on my keyboard. But anyway, it's from Georgia, my own state. 14th District elected Marjorie Taylor Greene to. She's just adorable. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm sorry, this cat. Marjorie Taylor Greene was elected to the 14th District of Georgia. I'm not from the 14th District. I'm more Eastern, so I did not vote for her. Wouldn't have voted for her anyway. But she's a QAnon, so she believes every Democrat is a pedophile. She rejects masks, and I'm pretty sure she's the one that infected Jaya. But Jaya, I don't know how to say her name. She was the congresswoman who got infected with COVID-19 after the riot, the Capitol building riot. Anyway, I'm sorry, this cat. I just love her. This woman's batshit low. She's only been in office for like 14 days, 2 weeks. She's literally tomorrow will make two weeks in 1 day, 15 days, and she's now saying that the day after Joe Biden gets sworn in, she's going to file charges of impeachment. Now, I think it's virtue signaling. I don't think she's going to do it. I think this is just virtue signaling to the Trump rabbit fan base. But it's like you're talking about the crimes of being owned by China and foreign government interests. Like, what crimes? He's not even president yet. He's got like one more day of just being former vice president, president-elect Joe Biden. He hasn't done anything yet. You got to have actual. Okay, fine, fuck you then. You got to have actual crimes to prosecute or even charge him with. What crimes do you have? Ukraine? Okay, that was settled. That was declared. I think it was the same as, the Hillary emails. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have done it, but it was something illegal. Now, you might be able to. Now, some progressives might be got away with it because he was the vice president because rich people are never held accountable. True, but they said they didn't do anything illegal. If you claim voter fraud, that has been disproven. You are fucking liars. God, if I encounter one more, I've encountered a good friend of mine who's very smart, and I do like hanging out with him because we do, D&D stuff. But he believes in voter fraud. He's not a very big Trump supporter, but he believes not every conspiracy, but he believes in a lot of them. And I keep hearing all the time because, yes, he gets a little too handsy, he gets a little too close, he is a little bit too affectionate, a little too Richard Dawson from Family Feud, that he's a pedophile. Now, part of it is because, yes, he was a little bit creepy. There's a difference between being creepy and pedophilic, but also just the notion, oh, he's a pedophile because he's a Democrat. They're going to call us every single name that sounds bad in the book, just to slander us. But you know what? To anyone who's watching this, whether you like Joe Biden really, or you like, hey, he's better than Trump, come say this every time someone accuses Joe Biden of being a pedophile. I do this all the time on Facebook to, boomers, on Christian pages that talk about God and stuff, and they mention Biden. Just say this every time.
The pain of losing loved ones is something I have seen. So I know how you must have felt when they killed Jeffrey Epstein.
So he's a little bit overly affectionate, but he's not a pedophile. He's not a pedophile because he's Democrat to address QAnon. He's not a pedophile because of he's a little affectionate, but they'll attack him for anything. Look, I think the kissing kids on the head, cheeks, all it's a little outdated. Needs to go away, but it doesn't make you a pedophile. It just means, hey, you're from a bygone era where you were a little bit more affectionate. Hell, they kiss each other over in Europe all the time, but he's not a pedophile. And this is not come from someone who does not like Biden. I don't like Kamala Harris. I don't like Joe Biden. But I'm not going to say he's a pedophile just because I don't like him. I tell the truth. And the truth is, there is no pedophile in Congress or the White House, and there will not be, because the FBI does these things called background checks. And pedophiles, they're pedophiling. They're out there on the street. They're not running for Congress. And there's no Satanists running. I'm tired of old boomers like my mother think that Satanists are these like cabals. They're trying to take over the government because they're not. As someone who has met Satanists, they're more just about worshiping Satan and that's it. Bless you, Dad. So, we impeached him for crimes he did commit. Now, regardless of whether you believe he colluded with Russia, my personal opinion, he colluded with Russian oligarchs. Russian businessmen. Like, not the government. I don't think he colluded with the government. Like, I think he colluded with basically, I don't know who it was, but the Jeff Bezos of Russia. And then once the election was over, he tossed them aside like a true psychopath would, like Sidious tossed aside the separatists. But he did commit obstruction of justice. And he should have been indicted for that. And don't give me that bullshit. Oh, you can't be that. No, that was a partisan 1970s memo during the Nixon years. And what happened to Nixon? But anyway, he committed obstruction of justice. Bill Clinton never told anyone to lie. He was the only one that lied about the sexual relations with Lewinsky. That was it. He said that I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky, and he told no one else to lie. You know, Trump told everyone to lie, from his Michael Cohen, his lawyer, to Roger Stone, everybody. But even if not that phone call was illegal. Bribery and blackmail to dig dirt on a political rival. The fake phone call. And of course, the partisan hacks of the Senate wouldn't impeach. I think Nancy Pelosi knew he would not be removed. And I think they know, even if they remove him tomorrow, it's not, or today, since it's the 19th, they're not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. I do hope that they commits enough to revoke his like his pension and his social and his Secret Service. I hope. I can only hope. You know, I'm hoping that the insurrection was enough where Republicans are like, I know Mitt Romney's obviously going to vote. I think Lisa Murkowski, they're going to vote to impeach him, but I'm hoping that this is where they draw the line. And they say, nope, Mr. President, Mr. Trump, you fat Donnie, you have gone too far. You're done. But seriously, at least Democrats waited until he was in office to impeach him. Yeah, sure, twice. But they didn't be like, we are going to impeach Trump the second he gets into office. Sure, you had the pink-haired feminist saying that, but no one in Congress. Another thing, she's also a hypocrite. She's talking about how Biden is corrupt and owned by China. What about Trump and his businesses with the Saudis? And all the millions he's racked up since becoming the president. Ivanka Trump brand secures China trademarks on day U.S. President made Xi Jinping. 500 rooms were booked by Saudi-connected lobbyists at Trump's D.C. hotel in 2016-2017. Jared Kushner's company curiously raked in $90 million since he joined the White House. You'll never believe it, but Trump and Kushner businesses got millions in PPP loans. Before his claims of corruption, Trump tried to build a resort in Ukraine, and Trump's businesses raked in $1.9 billion of revenue during its first 3 years in office. So, yeah, Trump is corrupt. And also, not only are they corrupt, the Trump family is cool. Yeah, she came back. We recently heard about Ivanka Trump and Jared making the Secret Service that was protecting them pay it $3,000 just to go somewhere else to use their toilet because they were so elitist and snobbish. They're like, you will not use the same toilets as us. Your piss and shit will not enter our toilet bowls. Oh my god. Because we are such rich in New York elitists. We may live in Florida, but we're still New Yorkers. And one last thing, and I know this is a little bit petty. I don't want to hear about Southern racists again. Or any notion that we're the only racists in the planet because Trump is from New York and he's a racist. So fuck you to anyone who likes to think that all us Southerners are racist and that all racists are from the South. Yeah, so Trump violates the emoluments clause by allowing all these business influences, and also he doesn't divest from his of the Trump business. Just because he gave it to his son doesn't mean that there isn't a conflict of interest. Because yes, it's owned by his son, but all he has to do to get money from Donald Trump Jr. is say, "I am your father, give me money." And Donald Trump Jr., the Trump kids are so desperate to get daddy's approval and love. They're never going to get it because Trump only cares about himself because he's a narcissistic psychopath. But they do it anyway, desperate for daddy's love and attention. And approval and adulation. But yeah. Now, Joe Biden will eventually do something stupid. He will do something that we don't like and may be illegal. But until then, withhold impeachment until he actually does it. Joe Biden, as right now, hasn't done anything. He's not even president. He becomes president tomorrow, and I doubt someone's going to do something within one day of doing something impeachable. No president has ever done something impeachable by the first day. Not even Trump. Other than that shit-eating grin of his. But that's not impeachable. Point is, Joe Biden needs to commit a crime before you can impeach him. This is just, you hate Democrats so much that you're willing to make up bullshit to signal to your rabid fan base, oh, yeah, she's going to impeach him on day one, we're going to get him. You realize that we have control of the House, and tomorrow we take control of the Senate. First of all, you would have to have articles of impeachment be voted on in the House, and we control the House. And although we barely took control of the Senate, there's still even if the previous Congress, the 116th Congress, even if that was there, and Republicans decide to impeach, even let's say the number of seats stayed the same from the previous Congress, it wouldn't have made a difference. They still wouldn't be able to remove Biden because there wouldn't be enough votes. You need 67. It's not. This isn't you just need a slim majority. You just need a absolute. You just need a bare minimum majority just to revoke his privileges, the whole Secret Service and pensions. But to actually remove someone from office, you have to have 67 votes, 2/3. And we control the Senate. And even if we didn't, you don't have enough votes. We're not willing to turn against our own party. This is grandstanding. It's simply throwing meat to the rabid fan base who don't know shit about what impeachment entails or even what impeachment is. This is simply Marjorie Greene Taylor, who isn't married or has kids. Not saying that defines you, but it certainly says something. Like Lindsey Graham, no wife, no kids, means someone can't put up with you. Now, I'm not one of those traditionals like, oh, women should be married and kids now, but it's more When you don't have a wife and kids by the time you enter Congress, that tells me that no one can put up with you, that they would marry you and have kids with you. So I say that for Lindsey Graham. He's such a despicable little weasel that no woman will marry him. Maybe he's gay. I don't know. But if he isn't, that just means he's a little weasel and no woman will put up with him. And I'm pretty sure she would, like Marjorie Taylor. Just imagine Marjorie Greene Taylor goes on a date. She's like, even whether regardless of being a congressman, she's like, yeah. So what do you believe in? I believe every single Democrat is a satanic pedophile who sex traffics children. You'd be like, oh God, look at the time, and leave. Marjorie Taylor Greene is batshit crazy, and I hope she's a one-term congresswoman. And I'm sad to say that she is from my state. And this isn't a case like Kelly Loeffler. She's not some carpetbagger. She literally is from Georgia, born and raised here. What have we become? We made such progress voting Biden in or voting for Democrat, both in the White House and the Senate. We were doing so good, and then we backtracked. Unfortunately, the 14th district is sort of like AOC's district. If you win the primary, it's basically the election's over. Like a Democrat's never going to win that because they're connected with Alabama. You know. But anyway, it's 12:30, so I gotta go to bed for work. Stay awesome, stay progressive, and may the force be with you.